Why are you coming in all blurry? What is you doing? Focus. Focus on me, baby. Hey. There go that man. There go that man. What's good, baby? Lucas, Jordan, Michael, how have you been, man? I'm chilling. I'm alive, unfortunately. What's up, troll? Kellen, what up, boy? Clever name. Yeah, you like that shit? I've been cooking that up for weeks. That's why I haven't gone on live stream yet, because I've been trying to think of the perfect title. But y'all are back in the headquarters. I haven't done a live stream like this in, I feel like 72 years. So we're just going to kick it. We'll talk a little 2020 fantasy football. We'll talk a little quarantine. We'll talk a little margarita action. Who in here has tried the new White Claw flavors? I didn't realize they were rolling them out in volume, and now I feel like I got to go get my hands on them. I know they got watermelon, they got lemon, they got mango, which was already a flavor, so I don't know why they're putting that in the new one. Mango's kind of banging, though. What's good? What up, Jack? Hang. Evan, Wiz, what's good? Will Lamar and C-Mac repeat? Who has the better chance? I mean, I like them both to ball out. Obviously, that's kind of a cop-out. I don't see major regression from either dude. Mainly because Lamar's got, I mean, the rushing is, everyone wants to talk about regression from the passing side, but when you have such a high floor like Lamar does from the rushing angle, I don't, and they're just like a good franchise, a good overall offense, a good team, good offensive line. Obviously, losing Yonda is going to hurt a little bit, but they're just a well put together team, and he did still going to be a baller no matter what. So if he's a quarterback, like his floor is basically quarterback too. So will he put up historic MVP type numbers again? Probably not, but you're not going to be mad drafting him anywhere because his floor is so high. C-Mac, yeah, I love the fact that Rule and Brady are coming in. So I'm not about to sit here and tell you that I'm all in on C-Mac because I ain't no fucking bench. What's good? What's good? What's good? Y'all like the setup here? I'm still trying to figure out because I moved into the new apartment a couple weeks ago, and I haven't been able to set shit up too much because we have, let me spin you around real quick. We have the wood for the table. Which way is it? Down there. That's going to be the Fade the Public podcast table, which I'll probably do some other stuff on as well. And obviously we can't build that until we could be physically together again. So up here is kind of a shit show. I don't want to start hanging stuff behind it because I don't know how it's going to look once we build the table, but I'm still trying to get my individual video setup going. So I kind of like how it is right now. I might paint the wall if I'm allowed to because everything behind me is like super white. My sweatshirt's not helping the case, but I think maybe if I paint it like a dark gray or something, maybe you'll be able to see everything better. Maybe I'll just go fucking full yellow and have it camouflage with the jersey license plate and the margarita poster. Thoughts on Aaron Jones? So Aaron Jones is a guy that I probably won't own much of in redraft. I think that if he's a first round pick, there's no way. I think I haven't done my redraft rankings yet, but it'll probably be a mid to back half second round guy for me. I just worry about a guy like Aaron Jones, who we know they want to split the workload there in the backfield, and they've come out and said it many times, and they've not just said it, but they've shown us it. So I don't see him ever getting the keys to the kingdom. Can he still score like 11 to 12 touchdowns? Yeah. So I think he's definitely in the RB1 spectrum, and he'll probably finish as a back half RB1 because he's so good inside the 5-yard line, inside the 10-yard line. So people always talk about, his touchdowns are going to come down. Yes, but we don't know how much it's going to come down. And plus, he's been one of the, if not the most efficient rushers at scoring the fucking ball inside the 10-yard line since he's come into the league. That's not a fluky thing. He just knows how to get it done in tight spaces, and we've seen it since college. We've seen it his rookie year, his sophomore year, his fucking third year, fourth year. It's going to keep coming. It's part of his game. So Aaron Jones is still a guy that's going to split carries. You can't really bank on those 3 or 4 touchdown games again, though, and that's the problem. And the ceiling was what got him to be a top 5 running back. And it wouldn't be surprising if they ended up drafting a running back. I heard a really interesting possible landing spot in Green Bay for Antonio Gibson. I don't know how I feel about that because Gibson's a guy I want Gibson to just get the keys to a backfield and let him fucking run wild. This kid from Memphis, if you're unfamiliar with him, guy went over like 1,100 yards on the ground on like 100 carries. No, he had 71 touches this year. 70 fucking 1 touches. The guy went over 1,100 yards from scrimmage. Absolute baller, 6'2", 225, 230. I feel like he'll be wasted if he goes to Green Bay. Getting like 6 touches a game. Was good. Rookie Dynasty pick 5, 1 quarterback leagues. That would probably be. I mean, we'll see on the landing spots because I assume like one of the top guys is going to end up in a really shitty situation, or one of them is probably going to fall to like the back half of the 3rd round or maybe even early 4th round. Like I could see, if Jonathan Taylor, and we're hearing reports about Jonathan Taylor dropping maybe to the 3rd round. If he's dropping in the 3rd round, like who's to say Cam Akers doesn't drop to the 4th round? And if he drops to the 4th round, like I'm taking a guy like CeeDee Lamb or Jerry Jeudy if they're fucking 1st round wide receivers over a 4th round running back. Obviously, that's a lot of speculation, and I don't really expect a guy like Akers or like Dobbins or anyone like that to drop to the 4th round. But these are all things you have to consider. Like draft capital is and will always be the number 1 predictor in terms of future fantasy success for a rookie. Can you start the Diggs hype train for me? No, I'm not really about to go all in on that because I understand that there's definitely a really fucking wide range of outcomes for him. But I'm definitely not on the side of the Diggs conversation where I'm like, nope, this is an auto L for him. He's trash and blah, 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 blah. Had an idea for the skit the other day. This is Animal just DM me this on Twitter. I'm going to read it just for fucking real time. I haven't even said what it is, but I know it's going to be fucking weird. Had an idea for a skit the other day. Guy buys a sex doll and then is scared someone will find it, so he chops it up and disposes of it in different places. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, Animal's really like Rain Man, bro. It's really out of control. Who do the Cardinals take at 8? Well, now they don't have to use it on a wide receiver, so definitely offensive line, hopefully. Best Dynasty platform. I like Flea Flicker and Sleeper. I know a lot of people like don't really like Flea Flicker. I don't understand why. It's very simple, really easy to use. I know it's not like crazy, customizable, and it's not up to par with some others in terms of aesthetics. But I'm a big fan of Flea Flicker. I'm also a big fan of Sleeper. C-Mac or Barkley? We're going C-Mac. Don't be getting cute here. Al D. Wolfpack just made a trade for a Rob. Gave up OBJ. He threw in Cooks, Hurst, and Penny. I feel the value was there. Just made a trade for. Oh, so you got A-Rob, Cooks, Hurst, and Penny for OBJ? Yeah, dude, fuck that. I think I have A-Rob ranked above OBJ straight up in Dynasty rankings right now. So I love that trade for you. I don't really know how much you're going to squeeze out of the other two. I mean, if you need a tight end to start this year, hell yeah, I love that trade for Hayden Hurst. Penny, probably going to miss most of the year because he's got that ACL tear, or at least be kind of non-valuable to you. And Cooks is a guy that, yeah, I'd love to get in as like a throw-in. So I like that trade for you a lot. Ads are the issue with Flea Flicker. That's right. When I first signed up, I was like in talks with them for like on a partnership level, and the account they gave me was ad free. So I forgot that their main platform, like naturally, if you don't have the ad free thing, is filled with ads. I forgot about that. Best rookie wide receiver landing spot. I mean, I think it's got to be, in terms of like realistic landing spots for an early round wide receiver, I think it's got to be Philadelphia because they have a proven quarterback that can sling the ball. So yeah, I would probably go Philly because whoever goes in there has a chance to compete immediately for the wide receiver 1. I like Oakland a lot too, but I would probably rather pair up with Wentz. Although, like, I think Gruden is a really good head coach for fantasy football for passing. So if you're investing into a passing offense based on the head coach, Gruden's always been a guy who's been able to get production out of his wide receiver one, and I'm sure he's got his eye on like one or two wide receivers in this class that he would love to fit into his scheme. So Oakland and Philly make the most sense, but we don't really know what the fuck's happening in Oakland's quarterback room right now. Everybody. Yo, hit that thumbs up button, bruh. We got 86 people in here and 11 thumbs up. I find that disrespectful to my family, to my ancestors. Everybody. We also just dropped a new article yesterday in the Dynasty Draft Guide. Top 5, Jonathan, I see you. Stop texting me, you silly little bitch. Top 5 running backs from the 2021 class. So if you're in Dynasty and I mean, you don't necessarily need to know the next year's class because we'll do a bunch of analysis on it, but it's good to have an idea for how much depth the class has in the next year, the next 2 years or whatever, just so you can get an idea for the value of the picks, right? So if you're in like a super flex league, obviously, you know, the Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrences are coming out next year, but like, where is the drop off in terms of elite players? Like, do you want a top 5 pick or do you want a top 7 pick? Because you're guaranteed one of the 2 quarterbacks plus, you know, a Chuba Hubbard, Travis Etienne, you know, Najee Harris, guys like that. Like, where is the drop off? So we dropped that little article in the Big Dog Draft Guide yesterday. My top 5 for next year. Right now, I got Travis Etienne as 1, Najee Harris as 2. We have Chuba Hubbard as 3, Max Borgi. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, Borgi or Borgi, as 4. He's literally like a Christian McCaffrey clone. It's insane. I will say his numbers are, he caught fucking 86 passes last year, and he's white. He looks exactly like Christian McCaffrey. It's kind of ridiculous. But he is in Mike Leach's offense at Washington State, so they always have some kind of running. Like James Williams, the guy who went undrafted last year, caught 83 the year before that and caught like 72 the year before that. So anyone that's the running back in Mike Leach's offense is going to fucking smack cheeks on the regular, just catching passes. So while I don't think necessarily Max Borgi is Christian McCaffrey, I think that analysis needs to be baked in a little bit, and people need to have context behind the numbers that he puts up. And then the 5th spot is kind of open for me right now. I know a lot of guys like Kylan Hill, this kid from Mississippi State. He just wasn't it for me when I watched this film. So for someone that's so chalky, for someone that's like everyone's inside everyone's top 5, I was like, I don't know. I don't think he's good enough for me. So I just faded that for no fucking reason other than I didn't want to pick Kylan Hill. And I took CJ Verdell out of Oregon. He's a smaller back, but he's got a lot of explosiveness. And he's not like D'Anthony Thomas or some shit like that, where these guys are like 175 pounds coming into the league. He's like 208, 210, I think. So I'm with that. All right, let's get some questions. What would you draft 101 as toilet paper replacement? I mean, it's got to be number 1 would be cash, straight cash, homie. You guys go buy the Big Dogs Draft Guide right now, bigdogsdraftguide.com. With that money, I'll be wiping my ass all summer long. I'm just kidding. It's $10 though for both guides, the Rookie Dynasty and the season-long guide. bigdogsdraftguide.com/MKF. You get $10 deposit on Monkey Knife Fight. You get to play with that. Plus, they give you $20 to play with because you use my promo code BDGE. That will also get you access to both of my guides for free. So you're getting $70 fucking worth of stuff for $10. bigdogsdraftguide.com/MKF. No, number 101 is obviously baby wipes. Like, what are you talking about? 102 would be your fingers. Would be Snacks' fingers. Thoughts on Baker this year with the really good weapons? Yeah, I'm back in on the Baker train a little bit. I'm not going to be avoiding him. I'm going to be realistic, and I make sure when I draft, I think the best long-term play, I think the thing that works out best in season-long leagues, like over the course of the season, is just making sure you have a good idea of the range of outcomes for all fantasy players. Like, yes, you can hate guys and you can love guys, and you have guys that you're going to avoid it no matter where they fall in drafts, and you're going to have guys that you love and that you will be willing to attack a round early or whatever. But I think as long as you have a realistic range of outcomes for all players, like Baker shouldn't be off your draft board, but you shouldn't be banking on like a top 6 fantasy year. He does. I mean, if you look at it objectively, they just grab Jack Conklin. If they take a tackle in the draft, they shore up their entire offensive line. They have a ridiculous group of weapons. So, in theory, yeah, Baker should be in for a really good bounce back. So I think you just put that number 8 fantasy quarterback as his maybe ceiling in the range of outcomes, and you draft accordingly to that. And if you do that with all the players that you draft, along with the guys you hate, along with the guys you love, it usually works out over the course of the season. Y'all know what I'm saying? If the Chiefs take one of the top 4 rookie running backs, is that guy instantly the 101 in Dynasty rookie drafts? I mean, yes, but I would put heavy money that they don't touch the running back position early. I'm telling you, man, I truly believe in my heart of hearts that they are very comfortable with Damian Williams as their starting running back. Thoughts on the wide receiver draft class this year? It's deep as fuck. I don't think there's not like an alpha, I mean, realistically though, a lot of classes, people will go into the class and be like, there's no alpha. I think we've kind of always said that year in and year out. And people will be like, yeah, there's no like Julio Jones or AJ Green type alpha that were top 5 picks, top 6 picks, whatever. But there rarely ever is that. That's like once every 4 years we have that type of alpha. So you need to be able to dissect the top 3 or 4 guys and understand what they bring to the field. CeeDee Lamb is my 101 for wide receivers. He's my wide receiver 1 in the rookie rankings this year. Overall, though, the class is fucking incredibly deep, and we're going to see, someone tweeted out, I forget which of the big wig guys tweeted out that they could see 25 wide receivers off the board within the first 3 rounds. And it's probably a little bit of hyperbole. I don't think he meant it as hyperbole when he originally tweeted it. But if we saw 18 to 21 or 22 within the first 3 rounds, that wouldn't surprise me. It's a very, very deep class. You have a lot of production. You have a lot of athleticism. You have a lot of diversity and just natural variety in the types of talents that are coming out in this class. So whatever you're looking to fit into your scheme, there's guys within it. Who starts for the Pats? I actually want to go on record here. I've had a change of heart. I actually need to check this out. I wonder if they have any props. Patriots starting quarterback 2020 odds. I want to look this up, see if there's any value on it. Odds Sharks. Does DraftKings have it? Action Network. That's from fucking March 26th. This is from March 31st. This is just a couple days ago. Okay. Jarrett Stidham is the plus 100 favorite. Brian Hoyer plus 400. Dalton plus 700. Cam Newton plus 700. All right. I'm about to go on record. This is my prediction. Week 1 of the 2020 season, the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots is going to be Cam motherfucking Superman Newton, baby. Cam Newton is going to land in New England and be a Patriot. He will be the starting quarterback for the Patriots week 1 of the 2020 NFL season. Assuming week 1 happens. Assuming we have a season, Cam Newton is the man for the Patriots. They are not in rebuild mode. None of the moves that they are making right now suggest that they are looking to rebuild the franchise. And that means that they got some veteran in mind. Maybe they understand. Here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing. Everybody hold the fucking phones. Everybody relax. It's Cam Newton or bust right now. People are wondering, it's a veteran quarterback. Why haven't they signed anyone? You can't sign Cam right now because you can't get a fucking physical out of him. So why give the notion that you're interested in him when you're not going to be able to check him out for another 4 months or whatever it is? And you know what Cam Newton brings to the field. All you need to know is whether or not he is physically ready to go. So why are the Patriots going to come out and say, yes, as soon as he can get a physical out of Cam Newton, that motherfucker's signing with the Patriots? They're not going to do well, but he's going to do well for fantasy. That is my prediction for 2020 NFL Week 1. Cam Newton. Skirt. N'Keal Harry thoughts. Yeah, I'm going to buy into N'Keal Harry, man. Redraft, he's definitely going to be a very late round target, but that's good because that's the value you can get. We can't forget about this dude's fucking athleticism, man. He was an upper percentile athlete in I mean, his prospect profile was beautiful. I mean, he came into the year injured and shit. Like any rookie that's coming into the year injured is going to struggle. The problem, though, with all the changes that are happening this is going to be a weird fantasy season. Like a lot of the shit that everyone says, any analysis coming out of people's fucking mouths, is going to be weird because think about like, having to do everything virtually. They're not going to have OTAs. I would be shocked if they had any sort of training camp. They're anyone implementing a new offense, anyone with a new quarterback, anyone with rookie wide receivers or wide receivers that were just traded to the team, they're not going to be able to practice together. They're not going to be able to play together. They're not going to be able to go through the new scheme together. And it's probably going to fuck a lot of people up. So it's going to be a really weird season if it happens. And we're going to see, that's the other thing too. If it's a shortened season, right? Say we see 12 weeks of the season instead. Think back. This is more pertaining to rookies, and I think this is important to factor this into valuing them in both rookie drafts and in redraft. Most rookies, any rookie basically, the AJ Browns, the Miles Sanders, like any of those guys, they don't take on bigger workloads until later in the season. Like this is just naturally, we know this about rookies, right? Like we don't expect them to earn the starting load, within the first 4-6 weeks of the season. They're always like splitting carries or splitting snaps and shit like that. But if we're, shortened to 12 games or something, that means that those first 4 weeks that they normally would be getting implemented into the offense gets pushed back even further. So now the first 4 weeks of a 12-week season means that the last 4 weeks of a regular NFL season where a lot of rookies start to explode and come on and get more acclimated to the team is going to be a problem. So I think we're going to see a very big drop-off in rookie production this year because they're not getting that chemistry. They're not getting the new offensive scheme acclimated to. So it's going to be weird. I think rookies all around are it's a very deep class, but I don't see a lot of production coming out of the rookie class because of what we're going through right now. Is Kamara going to bounce back? Yeah, he'll be fine. The high ankle sprain was real. Thoughts on Singletary this year? I like Singletary. I would be shocked if they don't end up addressing the running back position in the draft. They clearly want to pair him with someone else, which is fine. Doesn't mean he can't succeed. I think they have that 16 to 18 touch workload in mind, and he's a really good back. So he could easily, average 80 to 90 yards from scrimmage and score a touchdown every other game, 3 or 4 receptions on those 16 to 18 touches and be a high-end RB2, top 15 type player. So I like Singletary. I think he's someone that I'll probably own in a few of my leagues. If I'm doing 3 or 4 redraft leagues, I'll try to own him in 1 or 2 of them. But I wouldn't be surprised if they added some kind of thumper through the draft. We had reports that they were looking at Melvin Gordon, which one, maybe they weren't taking it seriously and they just wanted to see if somehow his value had dropped and they could sign him for like a cheap deal. But at the end of the day, that does still tell you that they are interested in adding someone who will come in and compete for touches immediately. So I could totally see like an AJ Dillon end up landing there because he's complete opposite of what Devin Singletary kind of brings to the table. Would you trade the 105 and 109 rookie picks for DJ Moore in non-superflex? Yes, Preston, I would absolutely do that. With either of those picks, you are praying that they can get anywhere near the level of DJ Moore, in my opinion. And DJ Moore's already done it. He's already broken out, and he's still super young. So, yeah, I would take DJ Moore there. Big year in the works for OJ Howard, but based on what though? Thoughts on Dallas with Mike McCarthy? Dallas with Mike McCarthy is going to pass the ball 800 times this year, and that's why I love Dak. That's why I love Cooper. That's why I love Michael Gallup. Zeke's still going to eat through the ground. I'm a little questionable about his involvement in the passing game, though. I think a lot of the passing game is just going to be funneled between Gallup and Cooper. So I like those guys a lot. Yo, Nick, where you at? I'm in Manhattan, man. I'm in the new headquarters. Fortunately, we're not going to be able to put it to use for a while, but it is what it be. There are a lot of people in worse situations than I am, so I'm not about to fucking cry about it like I'm Snacks. You should do another mock draft video. Yeah, so we actually found a new best ball platform. It is drafters. I wish YouTube made it. I wish YouTube just let me share my screen on this. Actually, I could do it through Ecamm Live. I forgot I could stream through Ecamm Live. If anyone needs a good like live streaming platform, this site called Ecamm Live, ECAMM Live, is fucking phenomenal. I don't know how they do it, but they just set up. You click one button. You want to do it to YouTube, it works. You do it to Twitch, it works. And you could put overlays right there, and you could fucking share your screen. It's insane. Really cool stuff. So Ecamm Live, for any content creators out there, we found a new best ball platform. It is drafters.com, drafters.com. Why was that fucking so much harder than it needed to be? Drafters.com. So we have started fucking rolling out dollar best ball drafts left and right over there. So if you were someone who was doing a lot of best ball drafts on Draft, then this is the new site to go play on, because Draft is no more, unfortunately. But Drafters does a good job. They have a good platform. They have it's pretty aesthetic. They have a few hiccups on there, but they're working through it, and we're going to work through this tough time. So head over to drafters.com. They also have a mobile app, Drafters. And if you want to draft with us, make sure you're in the Discord channel as well, y'all. I will put a link in the description. We got a Discord channel. We're almost up to a fucking 1,000 people in the Discord channel, which is dope. It's people talking about, and people are setting up mock drafts left and right. People are talking about NFL draft trades. People are talking about rookies, Devi. They're setting up mock drafts. They're setting up best ball drafts. You could join Dynasty leagues in there. So I'm going to take the link right now. I'm going to keep it so that it never expires. I'm about to put it into the chat. Right there. Yeah, the Discord is popping at all times. It's great because I don't even really have to do no fucking work. People are just going nuts all the time. So make sure you're in the Discord channel. It's where you could join Dynasty leagues, mock draft, shit like that. And on Drafters, again, we got like dollar best ball drafts popping off all the time. So if you go to Drafters, actually right here, drafters.com, you help your boy out if you sign up through this link. If you use the promo code BDGE, you'll get 50% extra on your deposit. /BDGE. So if you throw in $10, you'll get $15 to play with, and there you go. You get you're set with 15 best ball drafts for the next month. That will get you through April. We're gonna get through April, people. We're gonna get through. It's gonna be a long month. It's April 5th right now, but we got the Jordan documentary, which is 20 fucking hours long, coming out on I believe it's April 19th or 20th, and then we got the NFL draft 23rd to the 25th. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna stream. I think we're going to stream the NFL draft. Me, Noah, and Mike will probably do a live stream throughout the NFL draft. So if you don't want to listen to the fucking bullshit commentary they got going on the TV or however they present it, y'all can join us on YouTube. So set your fucking alarm clocks, stop yelling, tuck your shirts in, and we will be able to do we will be able to make some fucking memories together. So we'll do that, and then we'll probably do a full recap video the day after of each round. So we're going to take care of you through the NFL draft. It's going to be a good time. So we'll get through April together, and then we got to fucking get through May together. But as soon as the NFL draft is done, that's when I get back into my fantasy shits. That's when you're going to expect a lot more fantasy videos from me. That's when we cut off the Behind the Business of Fantasy Football series. I like to do that in the offseason. I think it's good offseason content to hopefully inspire people to start creating and shit. Got a fucking fantastic episode coming out tomorrow. I filmed with Ray GQ. If none of y'all are following him on Twitter, make sure you do that at Ray, the letter G, and then Q as in QUE. We filmed yesterday, and it was a fucking fire interview. Really, really, really inspiring stuff. But we only have about 3. Let me see if that comes out. 1, 2. Yeah. Oh man, I only got 2 more interviews to do. Who should I interview for Behind the Business? What does Drafters app look like? Trying to find it in the Play Store. I'll put the link. Oh, is it in the Google Play Store? I'm not sure if they have it on Android yet, or I don't know if he sent me the link to it. Let me find the link for the Drafters app in iOS. If any of y'all are iOS peoples. Everybody gonna be everybody. Pew, pew, pew. All right. Well, that's the iOS link if you want to download it there. I don't know if they have the. I'll message him on Twitter right now. I'll try to get that link for you. Yeah, things are not. Well, here's the thing, guys. They're not going to get better. It's only going to get worse for the next 2 to 3 weeks because most of the people that are starting to die now within the next week or two were infected 4 or 5, 6 weeks ago because a lot of people were asymptomatic. A lot of people don't show symptoms for a week and a half, 2 weeks. And then the average rate of death between when you show symptoms and actually passing away is 18 days, which means it could be 30 days for some, it could be 10 days for others, but it's a long process. It's like from when you're actually receiving the virus into your body physically to when you die, the average rate of that is usually like 30 days, which is 4 weeks. And, up until a month ago, people were out and about and spreading the virus unknowingly. So it's only going to get worse for the next 3 or 4 weeks. There is realistically no chance that this lockdown is done before June 1st. And what's going to happen is they're going to keep extending it, right? They already extended it through April, which is guaranteed for pretty much every state because there's still some fucking dumbass states that aren't locked down, which is ridiculous. And they should get the vaccines last when they do that. I'm sorry to the people that live there, but your leaders are fucking idiots and you guys are the ones that elected them. I'm sorry. I don't like to get political, but I mean, it's real. And May will go, and then what will happen is they'll eventually start opening up to the point where it's not like everything opens in the public. It'll be right before they locked everything down. They were like, please stay away from groups of more than 5 to 10 people. We'll start doing the reverse of that. It'll start opening up to, okay, this is going to be a slow simulation back into society. You can surround yourself with groups of 3, 4, 5 people, maybe up to 10 people. Maybe that'll happen after a couple of weeks, but that's what's going to happen. And that's going to be the case for probably like a month or so. And then eventually it'll really slowly start to assimilate again. So this is going to be a long ass process, people. We are in for the long haul. Anytime if you're getting your hopes up for like something that's going to happen within the next month, do not fear. Do not fear. The motherfucking big dogs is here. We're going to get you through this with the content, baby. I'm not here to talk about Democrats versus Republicans. Everyone's a fucking dumbass. Everyone's spreading this shit. No one's immune. Doesn't matter what fucking political party you're in. We're all fucked together. How do you rate Cam Akers if he goes to the Steelers in Dynasty? I like that landing spot because it seems like he'll probably take over for James Conner after this year, which means he'll probably be the 3rd round pick there. Yeah, I mean, Akers would stay within that top 4. We'd have to see where like a Dobbins and a Swift went compared to Akers draft capital opportunity, but it's not a bad spot. Hey, Brian S., go fuck yourself, my guy. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. How about Georgia reopening their beat? Are you serious? They did that? Man, I don't even know what the fuck's going on around the country because New York's been quarantined for so long. We've been locked the fuck down for like 3 weeks. In Dynasty, when would you trade running backs? Is it time to trade Zeke and or Dalvin? No, fuck no. Don't trade Dalvin. Dalvin's going to get a fat extension. They want to ride Dalvin into the fucking ground for the next 4 years. Dalvin's not a guy I'm looking to trade. Zeke, I could totally see being a trade target. Can you focus on me? I know I'm fucking ugly, but please do it. Zeke's a guy I'm okay offloading now. I think his value is about as high as it can possibly be, and I don't see it getting any higher. Whereas Dalvin is still very much a very high value player, but there's a very real possibility. If he could stay healthy for 16 games, he could be like the number 1 or 2 overall pick in Dynasty drafts next year. Draft is happening. Still be positive. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be a good month. Scott Barrett interview for Business of FF. I thought about that. I would like to get someone from PFF on here. And Scott actually follows me, so I probably could reach out. That's not a bad one. I think about it. No offense to Scott. He does great work, and I respect him, but I don't know if you've ever heard him on podcasts. Not really the best. He has a tough time getting his point across. I might reach out to JJ Zacharyson for the next interview. But like I don't really want to just keep bringing on big name bloggers for the sake of just having big names on it. Like, I mean, he obviously has his own path and he's very successful, but at the same time, it's like, what's the difference between JJ Zacharyson and Mike Tagliere in terms of like the value that they can give to the audience in this situation, you know? Would you rather Miles Sanders or Leonard Fournette in standard? I'll probably just take Miles Sanders. I think he's probably got more longevity in the league compared to Fournette. I'm very notoriously just not high on Fournette. He's probably just a guy I don't really want on my dynasty teams. So if I could sell him for an asset that I actually do like, yeah, I'm with it. Ridley or McLaurin in half PPR, both dynasty and redraft? That's a great fucking question. I'll probably go Ridley in redraft, but in dynasty, I probably want McLaurin. I mean, they're right fucking back to back. I'm definitely in the minority there with the McLaurin take, but bro, like he was an animal last year with horrible quarterback play and just proved that he is really, really, really fucking good. He was a rookie. Like I want McLaurin for his career, man. I feel like his floor is Robert Woods. I really feel like I see Robert Woods in McLaurin, but with like sub 4.4 speed. Like, imagine Robert Woods could catch 40-yard passes down the field. Like, that's what I see McLaurin being. I'm all in on that kid. Why does Denver have so many running backs? Because when you have 6 running backs in which you can trust equally at about 16%, that equals 100%. Who would you unload Zeke for? Oh, you can this is the reason I would like to trade Zeke. You can fucking unload him for a lot. You could I mean, if you're competing, I wouldn't unload Zeke. Like he's a piece of a championship team right now. Like he's going to be very good this year. I'm not saying like I expect a down year for him now, not even probably next year, but you know, over the long term, you don't want to wait until a player's value starts to drop because that's when you're not getting the real high expectations for a player. Like you want to wait until, you know, you're a middle of the pack team. You don't think you're competing for a championship, or if you're a non-contender at all and you know that from the jump and you have a guy like Zeke, you know, might as well offload him for multiple early round picks and maybe some pieces. Like you can get like a Terry McLaurin plus like a 103, maybe like a fucking 201 or some shit like that. I'm thinking of buying Juju in Dynasty, but I should be scared for when Big Ben retires. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some red flags for Juju. Last year was scary if you're an owner of him. You want to see him bounce back. But I think like what he showed us his rookie year and his sophomore year were both like, he was so good when he gets a real quarterback back there. But yeah, we don't know what the long-term plan for Pittsburgh is. I could see Big Ben getting hurt within like 6 to 8 weeks and then Juju and the rest of the team being fucked. Reach out to Christopher Harris. I don't really know Christopher Harris. I know he does YouTube shit, but I don't know. I almost unsubbed when you brought Pat Mayo on, to be honest. I mean, the dude has built a fucking huge media company. He's literally the perfect person for that interview series. If you almost unsubbed from that, then you had no fucking point of being here in the first place. What are your thoughts if Akers gets drafted by either the Falcons or the Seahawks? Oh, I would love him to get drafted by the Falcons. Gurley, like, here's the thing, bro. Like, clearly they do not see like you don't sign a 25-year-old running back to a 1-year $5 million deal if you have absolutely zero hope in him being a long-term option. Like you could have given him 2 years, $12 million, or 3 years, $14 million, or some shit like that, and had way more confidence in, or at least shown that you have confidence in him. But just a 1-year, $5 million deal tells you pretty much all you need to know, that they have no long-term plans for Gurley. So they're just kicking the tires and seeing what they have there. I do think they'll end up taking a running back for sure for the future. So I could see Akers there. I would love that. He would definitely be a top 3 pick for me. Seahawks, a little less clear. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do with Rashad Penny because he's going to miss most of the year. And Chris Carson, they're going to draft a running back too because both of those guys have big injury concerns right now. Thoughts on Marlon Mack? Rumors of him holding out or Colts drafting. What? Why the fuck is Marlon Mack holding out? Who the fuck's going to sign his ass? I actually like Marlon Mack a little bit this year. I really do. I think he's going to be devalued so much, but I think with the Rivers there instead of Brissett, you're going to see a lot more dump offs. And I still think Marlon Mack can catch the ball. I think he's fine. I just think they never used him in that capacity. Does that mean they're gonna? I don't know. But I do. Marlon Mack is not a guy I'm avoiding this year. Let's see. Correct. Yo, Scott, I was gonna reach out to. Maybe I did DM him. I was doing some research on Scott Hansen. His Twitter is closed, but I could probably get to him on Instagram. I could DM him. Maybe I did. Let me see. Let me check. No, I didn't. I'm gonna DM Scott Hansen on Instagram. See if I can get him on. That'd be epic. Excluding Judy and Lamb, who is your favorite rookie receiver? I have Rager at 3. I have him as my wide receiver 3. And you can get all my rankings in the draft guide. They are live right now. BigDogsDraftGuide.com. If you're in a state that's eligible to play Monkey Knife Fight, you can get both the rookie and dynasty and the season-long guide combined, plus $10 to play on Monkey Knife Fight. Actually, $20 to play on Monkey Knife Fight. $70 value for $10. BigDogsDraftGuide.com/MKF. If you're not in an eligible state, you can go grab it at BigDogsDraftGuide.com. All the rankings and stuff are live right motherfucking now. So I have Rager at 3. I don't remember if it's Mims or Justin Jefferson at 4, but they're the 4 or 5. So I think Rager's probably, for me personally, I know this is not the case for Noah and Mike, but me personally, I have him closer to that tier of Jefferson and Mims than I do to Judy and CeeDee Lamb. Starting out my first keeper league, any advice? Yes. Spotrac.com, SPOTRAC.com. Go check out contracts. Understand whose value is going to go up, whose value is going to go down next year. Draft. Don't base all your draft picks on that, but use that, especially in the later rounds. Do you think 49ers use first round capital on a running back? No way. I think they'll probably use one pick on offense, and it's going to be a wide receiver. I wouldn't be surprised if that 13th pick was a top tier wide receiver. Who would you rather have in Dynasty, McLaurin or Metcalf? I would personally take McLaurin, but it is very close. I think both guys have very bright futures ahead of them. I know a lot of people would probably take Metcalf here, but I'll take McLaurin. I can't get enough of this motherfucker. Does Patreon people get that as well? Hint, hint, go be a Patreon. So no, the draft guide is not open to Patreons. And honestly, we haven't been posting much shit on Patreons, but that is what I need. See, that's why I need us to get together. This is why I bought this fucking place in Manhattan, so that we can all be physically together. I need Noah to take over as like the community manager over there and get Patreon up and running and run a tight ship over there. So for right now, no, they don't get access to the draft guide, but they do get access to the rookie rankings and dynasty rankings. Any outlook on Justin Jackson and Benny Snell? Second, are their depth charts respectively and their teams are not a true okay. So I'll start off by saying this. I like Jackson about 400 times more than I like Benny Snell. I think I'd be surprised if Benny Snell has any value following the 2020 season. I also think Pittsburgh is much more likely to draft a running back than the Chargers are. I think both teams are likely, but if the Chargers do it, it's probably going to be a 5th or 6th round pick. If the Steelers do it, I've seen a lot of reports connecting them. I've seen a lot of reports connecting them to Jonathan Taylor in the 3rd round. So I wouldn't be surprised if Pittsburgh goes early on a running back, and that would be bad news for Snell because they're going to ride James Conner as long as he's on the field. But I don't think they want Snell to be their other guy. Oh, for all y'all that drafters.com/Android. For all you guys that were on Android or whatever, they just sent me over the link for the Drafters app, and I don't know if this is correct or not. So it's drafters.com/Android. Straight up. Let me know if that works. Drafters.com/Android. I'm gonna put it in the chat for any of you guys that have Google or Android or whatever. Try that link and let me know if it brings you to the App Store. Bought the season long guide and Dynasty guys at the early bird price. Right, this MKF deal came out. My bad, Maz. I didn't know it was going to happen, to be honest with you. It came together really quickly, and I did think that initial deal was the cheapest it was going to be. It was good, Chronic. All love, Poppy. I got it. Cool. All right. Yeah. So that's the draft. If you want to do some best ball drafts with us, we got them fucking pumping out all day. If you're bored, you want to get a little. The coolest thing about drafters too is you can make customizable drafts. So if you were drafting with us a lot on draft last year on the app draft, they only have one setting. It was the one quarterback league, half PPR. But on drafters, when you start a draft, I can make them any fucking settings I want. So we've been doing a lot of super flex. We've been doing double flex. We can do. We can customize scoring settings and shit like that, which is really, really, really cool. So drafters.com, download the iOS, download the Android, use promo code BDGE when you sign up. $10 will get you $15. You can come draft with us and make sure you are in the Discord channel to go talk with other fellow big dergs. All right. I think I'm going to bounce out of here. I just wanted to check in with y'all, and I hope everybody is staying safe. Wanted to throw out some more content. I didn't get a video up on Thursday, so I needed to get some precious FaceTime with y'all. It's all love out here. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're going to be covering the NFL draft. We're going to be covering Dynasty. We're going to be covering redraft all throughout the summer. I got nothing but love for everybody. Go check out the draft guide, bigdogdraftguide.com/MKF. Drafters.com. Promo code BDGE. I love y'all. We're out.